Hey kids, welcome back to Worth the Spin. I'm your host, Just Jack. Hey, it's just me. Hey guys, what's up? Happy Paul McCartney Day. It was actually yesterday. But happy Paul McCartney Day a day late. Hope you guys all went out and got a copy of The Boys of Dungeon Lane, because let me tell you, this is the best Paul McCartney album since 1982's Tug of War. This album is fantastic. I've only listened to it twice. Not like some of these guys, I got to listen to it and re-listen to it and do it 10 times. I have a formula for listening to new albums. I do admit, I will listen to it overall, and then I'll go back, listen to it again. In my head, I'll kind of isolate the guitar on the songs. Then again, I'll isolate like the drums and then the bass and then like kind of whatever else is going on in there, and kind of get a better feel for it that way, how the album, the songs are put together. But this I've listened to twice, and this overall about doing all that, it's fantastic. It's great. It's a 10 plus album. I love it. It's great. It's selling out in most places here. In my state, most places are sold out. Local brick and mortar record stores are all sold out of this. Half of the Targets in town are sold out of it. And I don't know about online, but I'm sure you can still get it on Amazon. That gets 10 million copies of everything. That way they pay 2 cents a piece for it and sell it to you for, $100. But whatever. Anyway, so yeah. So last night was one of 3 listening parties here in my state. One I would not go to. This is a store. I have a personal issue with the owner. It's a price gouging thing that happened about 5 years ago. So we'll leave it at that. I don't appreciate that. If I feel that you're being a crappy retailer, I'm not going to shop from you. And maybe just my business alone doesn't hurt you, but it doesn't help. And I spent quite a bit of money at this in particular retail place. So it's got to make an impact somewhere along the line. So to me, that's the best way to do these stores, these retailers that you buy from, you're not happy with. You can't get satisfaction. You can't get quality products. Just don't shop there anymore. And if enough of us does that, then they'll face the ultimate, end to that, which be loss of revenue or maybe going out of business. But if you can't provide good customer service and quality merchandise, I'm not interested in. Anyway, we'll move on from that. So anyway, we're talking about something much more important here. So there's 2 listening parties here in St. Louis that I attended, and one of them was up at a place called Vintage Vinyl, and that was last night at 6 o'clock. The other one was just a while ago at 3 o'clock at a place called Euclid Records. Great experiences. Vintage Vinyl was very packed. There was a lot of people there. I believe they had 30 copies of this album. I know they had a few when we left. Me and my wife left it after the listening party, and they did a drawing. So there was a drawing for a painting, small little painting, about so big. And it's it's an insert that's inside the record that was done by somebody, and I forget who, somebody famous, but it was a Paul. And it was a giveaway. They had 1 per store is what I was told. And one place we had to write our names on paper and throw it in a box, and over at Euclid you had to take a ticket stub, and they called it, and I missed it by 2 numbers. But so I didn't get one at either place. That's kind of a bummer. But hopefully the 2 people who did win them will respect what a cool prize they got, and keep it, frame it, put it on the wall, for everybody to see. I certainly would. It was pretty busy at Vintage last night. There's a lot of people there. A lot of people were just sitting and listening and enjoying the album. Whereas the place I went to today, they had 20 copies. They said right out of the bat, we only have 20. When they said that, a line started forming. And so I got in it. I was 14, I believe. And all their copies were gone when I left. Same thing there. Listened to the album. They pulled the ticket stub to see who would win the picture. Not me again. But anyway, the album's fantastic. So I've heard it twice. It's a great album. It's fan-freaking-tastic. I have 3 copies here. I'm waiting on 3 more. 2 that FedEx continues to send me emails saying we'll be here by end of day, which that's not happening. They're in like Murfreesboro, Tennessee or something. And then the other one, my friend of mine in England got for me, so I won't be seeing that one for quite a while. But that goes into the pile of records that he's got for me. But yeah, I won't be seeing that one for a while. That one was internet exclusive, and I forget off the tip of my head who it was with, but it was very limited, and it was even numbered like 007 because of Paul's association with the James Bond franchise with his Live and Let Die song. So that's pretty cool. They had two versions. One was pink and one was black. He tried to get the pink one for me, had it in his cart, and it sold out before he could check out. But he was able to get the black one, so he has that one for me. It'll be a while before I get that, months probably. But when I eventually get it, we might talk about it. We'll see. The other two were one was Paul McCartney.com, and the other one was Third Man Records. And they're coming FedEx, and like I said, FedEx keeps sending me emails saying they're going to be here by days end. So we'll see if they are cool. If not, whatever. So I don't have. Here's the silly thing. Of the 3 copies I have, I don't have a listening copy open. So I don't have one I can show you. I'm debating on opening one. But I've fallen into that crazy trap of the value on these ones from the listening party. They're silver vinyl. Has already gone up ridiculous. I woke up this morning and Discogs had them listed for $300. It's a $40 album when I bought it last night. Make sure I got the right one. This is not the right one. But here you go. This is the silver. They marked it silver. But in case you run into any sealed ones in a store somewhere and somebody says that they're silver or could be, the last 2 digits that you're looking for in a barcode is 52. I've checked all the other barcodes of the other records. 52 is the silver, so you know. But yeah, so I haven't opened it. I have 2 of them now. I got one last night, got one today. I haven't opened them. I'm not going to lie, that $300 is very tempting. So I'm leaving them sealed at the moment. And I'm sure that price is going to go down when the rest of these listening parties are done tonight. And it kind of evens out as to how many copies of this is actually wound up. Over here's the U.S. only thing. How many actually got out. So that price will probably stabilize either more or less. So we'll see. But it's not so much looking down the road to sell these. It's more of stuff like this that goes up for crazy money. I like to hang on to for trade. Because I can do better in a trade deal with somebody for something that I really want and can't afford versus trying to sell it for a large sum of money. It just works better for me that way. But I have 2. This is my one from last night. And I know it's silver because they marked it such as. But like I said, the barcode you're looking for, the last 2 numbers is 52. And this is the one I got today. And there's a wee bit of a price difference in there. Which is, fine. So yeah, and I also, the other one that I didn't mention is the Indie Pink exclusive. This one was sold out. This isn't it. This one was sold out last night when we got the vintage vinyl. But there was one copy that was, they said it was sold out, but it was one copy. Like as soon as you walk in the door, it was sitting right there with their other new albums. So I picked it up immediately and realized it was the pink. And decided I'm going to hang on to it until the silver hits and make sure it was the only other copy of the album they had in the store. All the other copies they had were sold already. They had sold them throughout the day. The album's selling like crazy. Like I said, it's sold out in most places. It's well deserved because this is fantastic. This is the hype sticker on the Indie Pink version, so you know. And we're looking at the track listing here, and we'll do the best we can because this is handwritten. Mimic is what it's supposed to be, so it's kind of hard. So side 1, you have As You Lie There, Lost Horizons, Days We Left Behind. I'm sure you're quite familiar with that song. Ripples in a Pond, Mountaintop, Down South, and We Too, TWO. Side B is Come Inside, Never Know. It has an E in parentheses. I don't know what that's about. Home to Us. I'm sure you've heard that. That's the one with Ringo. Life Can Be Hard. Fast Star of the Night. Salesman Saint, which is the It was told as the tearjerker, which I didn't find as much of a tearjerker myself, but the one that talks about his mom and dad and the struggles they went through when he was a child to keep the bills paid and food on the table. And I think that's a very sweet tribute to his mom and dad. The last song on here is Mama Gets By. So, fantastic album right off the bat when I heard it last night. Plays some music at the first song, and then there's a little talking by Paul, and then it kicks into some really nice guitar, and Paul singing. And let me tell you, you may have heard, I'm sure you have, you've heard Paul's voice is groggly, or, and this and that, and I was kind of in that camp too. But this album, you can't tell. I don't know what it is about Days We Left Behind, hearing it on the radio, it makes it sound, I guess maybe knowing that he is 84, and I was expecting for it to be kind of, gravelly. Maybe that's why. I don't really know. But anyway, it doesn't sound that way at all. He hits the notes good on here. This is a fantastic album. There's not one song on here that is not a good song. I love this entire album. I think you will too. So you get a chance, check it out. It is certainly well freaking worth buying. It's just an awesome album. And I fell into the trap of the multicolors. I try not to, but I didn't get that deep in there. I know people that's got all 7 variations, and some's got I think all 12 or 15 variations. There's quite a few different ones. So I don't have the Amazon one. I don't have the Target one. Luckily, it was not in stock, because I would have bought it when I went by there, because I kind of wrapped up in it, and I told myself I wouldn't do that. So I have 1, 2 coming, 4. My friend has 1, 5, so that'd be 5 versions of it for me. I think that should be enough of the same freaking album. I'm going to get a black one. Now I'll have 6. I'll get a black one for my listening one, and I'm going to leave all the colored ones sealed. And, I don't need them all open. I don't really need them all in different colors, but that's the problem. As a collector, you get wrapped up in these things, and common sense doesn't play in well enough. So I'm not regretting any purchases. I'm just saying I probably don't need 6 copies of this album. But these, the silver ones, I have an extra. If I decide to sell that, and I can get, even half of what it's listed for on eBay and all that, then that'll pay for most of my other copies. So that's all pretty good. All right. So also I wanted to mention, they were giving out 2 items you got with at the listening party. One of them you see right there. I have several of them. Last night I had 2, because I bought 2 records, so they gave me 2 bags and 2 sets of postcards. You get a set of postcards too. And when we were checking out, they go, "Hey, you want a couple more bags?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll take them." So they gave me another 2 bags, and then I got another bag today. So that's pretty cool. So I have extras of those. So it's basically a cheap little nylon bag. It's nothing special, but it is kind of cool, given that you're paying $35, $40 for the album. It's cool to get something extra. You buy the record, they slide a record in here, and it's a cool little knick-knack to get when you buy an album. It's something I think more artists should do, especially like Taylor, since she loves all the multi-versions. Maybe she should do something like this too. It's a nice little giveaway. That was cool. You also get a set of 4 postcards, and this is the pictures on here. These are that way. And then on the back you have little notes on each postcard, but they're very hard to read. And I've not been very successful, so I won't try reading them. If you want to pause this video or screenshot it, you can, and see if you can read them, but I can't. So you got these 2 items with the album last night and today. Bags were limited last night. They had a ton of the postcards. Anybody could get a postcard if you bought the album or not. But to get the bag, you had to buy the album. Same thing today. You had to buy the album in order to get the bag. And even though they had only 20 albums, they had like 80 bags. But they didn't offer any extra ones to me that I wasn't going to ask. So I've got, I think, plenty of those too. They had a ton of postcards, probably 100 of the postcard sets. So I did ask if I could take a few of them. The girl's like, yeah. And I went to grab like 5 or 6, and she's like, how about 2? I said, okay, that's fine. And like I said, they had about 100 of them. There were 20 copies of the album. All 20 sold when I left, but there wasn't too many other people in there, so, you know, I don't need all those extras anyway. I was just, I got 2 bags last night that they even gave me postcards with, so I wanted at least 2 extra to put with those bags. But no big deal. So there you go. The listening party was awesome. They weren't as lively as Vintage, or at Euclid as they were Vintage. People at Vintage were a lot more lively and really into it. And down there, they were just kind of waiting around, just waiting on the raffle to see who would win the painting. That's it. So, yeah. So, it was cool. Great experience at both places. I'm very happy. I do like shopping at both places. Vintage is a little bit further away. I don't get there very often because they don't always have much I want to look at, and they're pretty far off for me. But it was certainly worth the trip for this. Plus, we had dinner afterwards at an awesome place. So, yeah, it was great, man. It's a great listening party. It's a great album. It's fantastic. If you've not listened to it, please do. You're depriving yourself of some very awesome entertainment. So check it out and buy it. I mean, if you can find it, buy it. Some of the Targets still have it, and I'm sure you can get it on Amazon. Barnes & Noble, I think, still have some. Everybody has a different color. So just don't get into the rabbit hole of all the different colors. But other than that, get one, any color, just get one. Listen to it. It's a fantastic album. The CDs are blowing off the shelf too. I've not seen a Paul McCartney or Beatles solo album sell this fast, and I don't know, a long time. Everybody's pretty amazed at this, but it's an amazing album. And I did make the comment that I think that this is probably Paul's last album, and I'm wrong about that. Because he has mentioned that he has 11 songs that were left off of this album that are about done, yet can be released. So there should be at least one more album, either a Boys of Dungeon Lane Deluxe down the road, or another single album by itself with those 11 tracks on there. One or the other. So we'll see. Hopefully those 11 are the same quality as these, and it would be nice. All right, so that's what I got for you this time on this. Hope you enjoy it. And next time we're going to take a look at some new items that I picked up. I picked up some new records, Beatle records. And I got one coming in the mail. So I'm trying to kind of waiting for that, and I can do them all together. But we'll have a video, an updated video on my new finds. That's what I got for you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up, please. I would appreciate it. Maybe subscribe if you like it. Then you know when I have new content up. And other than that, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Again, I appreciate everybody who likes these videos, who comments on them, who subscribes to them. And you've all been cool, and I appreciate that. I'm glad that you guys are getting some kind of an enjoyment out of this. That is really awesome stuff. So again, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next video.